Welcome to another deep dive. This time, we're going to be exploring this fascinating book on Qi self-massage
Ah, yes. Chi self-massage, the Taoist way of rejuvenation.
by Mantak Chia.
That's the one. It's a classic.
You know, this book was originally published back in 1986.
I didn't realize it was that old.
Yeah, but the techniques themselves are said to be 5,000 years old.
Wow. 5,000 years.
So we're talking ancient wisdom here. Today we're going to dive deep into how this practice works and how it might benefit you.
Sounds good to me.
So one of the things that really stood out to me in this book was the way it connects emotions, our senses, and the health of our organs.
It's a really holistic approach.
Yeah, and I've always been curious about that mind-body connection. Like, you've ever noticed how, like, when you're stressed, you might get a knot in your stomach?
Oh, absolutely.
Or if you're feeling anxious, your heart might start racing?
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if there's more to those feelings than just physical sensations.
Well, Taoist thought suggests that our senses are actually like gateways to our organs. Interesting. And each organ, beyond its physical functions, also stores and generates emotions.
So it's not just about physical health, it's about emotional well-being too.
Exactly. For example, in traditional Chinese medicine, the liver is associated with anger. If your liver is out of balance, you might be more prone to feeling irritable or frustrated.
I could see that.
And this book is full of techniques that are designed to help you manage those emotions through self-massage.
It's like giving your body the tools to process those emotions more effectively. The book even shares an anecdote about a student who had anger issues and how practicing these techniques, particularly focusing on the liver and stomach, helped him become calmer and more balanced.
Yeah, the author Mantak Chia claims to have witnessed these practices positively impact people's lives, not just on a personal level, but also in their relationships and their social interactions.
Now, I have to admit, when I first saw the section on the perineum, I was a little surprised.
Yeah, it's definitely a topic that might raise some eyebrows.
It's not exactly dinner table conversation, is it?
Not really, no, but it's an important concept in Taoist practice.
Yeah, the book presents the perineum, or what they call yin, as this vital energy center, the collection point for yin energy. And it plays a significant role in controlling the flow of qi, the body's vital energy.
Right.
And this is where the idea of specific anus contractions comes in.
Which might seem a little out there at first.
It might sound strange, but the book explains that by contracting the middle part of the anus, you can actually enhance the flow of qi to the heart stomach and even the pituitary gland.
Interesting.
Does that seem plausible to you?
Well, Western science might not have a direct equivalent to the concept of qi, but there's a growing interest in how our bodily systems are interconnected and how even subtle energies could influence our health.
Like acupuncture, which also works with energy meridians. That's been shown to be effective for pain relief.
Exactly. So maybe there's more to this whole qi thing than we initially think.
Speaking of energy flow, the book also talks about the healing power of our hands.
Yes. And it's fascinating how they highlight our hands as not just tools for manipulating objects, but also incredible instruments for self-healing.
So it's not just about getting a massage from someone else. It's about learning to use our own hands to stimulate energy flow and promote healing within our own bodies.
Precisely.
And the book delves into specific energy points on the hands that correspond to different organs. For instance, massaging a point called the pericardium point, which is located in the center of your palm, can be beneficial for the heart.
Right. And then there's the large intestine point, or LI4, which is a master point for pain relief.
Especially headaches, I hear.
Yes. It's amazing how they mapped out these connections between our hands and the rest of our bodies.
And they don't just stop there. They even go into the lines on our palms.
Oh, the lifeline, the line of intellect and the line of emotion.
They're not just random creases. They're seen as indicators of our overall vitality and the strengths and weaknesses of different bodily systems.
It's like having a roadmap of your health right there in your hands.
And then there's this whole fascinating connection between our fingers and specific emotions and elements.
Each finger is linked to a specific emotion and element.
For instance, the thumb represents worry and the earth element, while the index finger is associated with sadness and the metal element.
It's really fascinating.
So if you're feeling anxious, the book suggests wrapping your fingers around your pinky finger, which is connected to the water element and the emotion of fear.
It's like a little mini meditation you can do anywhere to calm your nerves.
I love that. Speaking of calming the nerves, the book then moves on to head massage. They say it can help with everything from headaches and nervousness to improving mental clarity and even revitalizing hair.
And it makes sense when you think about how much tension we tend to hold in our heads.
Our heads are like the control center for our nervous system.
Exactly. The book emphasizes massaging the crown point, which is located at the very top of your head. It's considered a junction point for hundreds of energy channels.
They even mention a technique called knocking the head, where you lightly tap your head with your knuckles.
It's supposed to be really good for clearing your head and releasing mental pressure.
And they have a specific technique for massaging the Feng Qi point, which is located at the base of your skull. It's said to be effective for headaches and eye strain.
Incredible.
Now let's talk about facial massage. According to the book, Qi's self-massage can be like a natural facelift.
They claim it can promote radiant skin, reduce wrinkles, and enhance your natural beauty.
And the idea behind it is that blocked meridians in the face can lead to reduced qi flow, which can manifest as dull skin wrinkles and even tension.
That's right.
So by massaging the face, we can release those blockages and allow that energy to flow freely.
Precisely. The book outlines techniques for massaging different areas of the face, the forehead, mid-face, lower face, and even the whole face.
And remember the inner smile we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
Well, they say that directing your inner smile to your face can enhance your personal energy and attractiveness.
It's like radiating positive energy from within.
They even mention this little tip about lifting the corners of your mouth. They say that even a slight upward curve of the lips can boost your energy and make you look more approachable and attractive.
Fascinating. Now, shifting gears a bit, the book also delves into the world of eye massage.
Oh, yeah. They call the eyes the windows to the soul, right?
Windows of the spirit, actually. And they believe that the eyes reflect the health of your entire body.
So if your eyes are bright and clear, it's a sign of good overall health.
Yes. And they have this fascinating perspective on the connection between the eyes, the liver, and the nervous system.
Okay, so they're saying that eye massage can help relieve stress from vital organs, improve vision, and even clear toxins.
It can be very beneficial.
So what kind of eye massage techniques do they recommend?
Well, they describe a variety of techniques, including massaging the eyeballs themselves, pulling up the eyelids, rubbing the eye sockets, and even inducing tears to release toxins.
Sounds intense.
But they emphasize the importance of being gentle. The book also mentions this exercise called pulling in the eyeballs.
Pulling in the eyeballs.
It involves contracting your eye muscles while also contracting different parts of the anus.
Wait, the anus? I'm not sure I'm following.
It might sound strange, I know. But they believe it strengthens the eye muscles, stimulates the pituitary and pineal glands, and even benefits the inner ear.
Huh. It's really fascinating how they connect these seemingly disparate parts of the body.
It all goes back to that idea of energy flow.
And how everything is interconnected.
Exactly. Speaking of interconnectedness, the book also talks about massaging the nose, gums, tongue, and teeth.
Oh, that's interesting. What's the benefit of that?
They believe that healthy gums are essential for strong teeth, and that a healthy tongue can improve breath and even benefit the heart. They also have a very specific perspective on saliva.
Saliva.
They see it as an essential energy form that can lubricate organs and aid digestion.
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
They suggest clenching, tapping, and even swallowing saliva after tongue exercises to lubricate the digestive system.
So what other areas of the body do they cover?
Well, next up is the neck and shoulders. They believe that massaging these areas can promote courage and self-expression.
That's interesting. How does that work?
Well, they explain how the neck is a busy energy channel, and that tension there can block self-expression and impact our ability to feel courageous. They also point out that the thyroid and parathyroid glands are located in the neck.
Right.
And these glands play a crucial role in metabolism and the power of speech.
So releasing tension in the neck can actually help us communicate more effectively and feel more confident.
Exactly. And they have some specific techniques for massaging the neck, including techniques for the whole neck, the middle neck, and even some exercises they call turtleneck and crane neck to loosen up the muscles.
Turtleneck and crane neck.
And for the shoulders, they connect shoulder tension to worry and describe a technique of lifting and dropping the shoulders to release that tension.
I love that. Simple techniques that we can easily incorporate into our daily lives. So what other gems does this book hold?
Well, buckle up, because next we're going to dive into the nitty-gritty of detoxifying organs and glands.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
This is where things get really interesting. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of Chai self-massage.
You know, it's amazing how much ground we've covered already.
We have.
From connecting our senses and organs to specific massage techniques, this book takes a truly holistic view of well-being.
It does. And remember how we talked about those eyebrow-raising anus contractions.
Oh, yeah,
Well, those are actually part of a bigger picture when it comes to detoxifying the body.
detoxifying. So it's not just about energy flow. It actually helps to cleanse the body, too.
That's right. The book introduces this concept of like gently slapping or tapping over specific organs and glands
Okay.
to stimulate detoxification and enhance the flow of chai.
Okay, slapping yourself.
Yeah.
I have to admit that's a new one for me.
Think of it as like giving your organs a gentle wake-up call.
Okay.
It's said to help clear out stagnant energy and toxins.
So where do we even begin?
Well, they recommend starting with the thymus gland,
Okay.
which is located in the chest and plays a crucial role in immunity.
Right.
Thumping the chest area is believed to boost immunity and even promote longevity.
Wow. So tapping into your body's energy can actually boost your immune system?
It's all connected.
I'm starting to see how all of this connects.
It really is a fascinating system. They also recommend slapping the heart to release toxins and promote repair, slapping the lungs to clear mucus and improve function, and slapping the liver to help with detoxification.
So it sounds a little counterintuitive, slapping your organs to make them healthier, but they claim it's done with a light touch.
Exactly. It's all about stimulating the organs, not harming them, and they don't stop there.
Of course not.
They also recommend techniques for the stomach, spleen, and pancreas.
Okay.
Slapping and rubbing the area below the rib cage to improve digestion. Imagine giving your digestive system a gentle massage to keep things moving.
It makes you wonder if those gut feelings we talk about are really connected to our digestive health.
Right, it's all about that mind-body connection. They also recommend rubbing the abdomen in a circular motion to stimulate the large and small intestines,
Yeah.
which can help relieve constipation and improve absorption.
Now that you mention constipation, the book actually dedicates a whole section to it.
Yes, they emphasize the importance of a clean colon for overall health and well-being.
Right.
And they connect constipation to emotional blockages and difficulty letting go.
So it's not just a physical issue, but an emotional one, too.
Exactly. Holding on to anger, resentment, or even old habits can manifest as physical constipation, according to this practice.
That's so interesting.
It's fascinating how they link those two things together.
So how does Che self-massage help with that?
They recommend abdominal massage, but they also talk about the importance of addressing the underlying emotional patterns.
Okay.
It's about becoming aware of what you might be holding on to and finding healthy ways to release it.
That makes sense. So it's a two-pronged approach. Physical massage to help with the physical symptoms and emotional work to address the root cause.
Exactly. And they don't just stop at the internal organs. They also recommend techniques for the kidneys and the sacrum.
The sacrum, isn't that the triangular bone at the base of the spine?
Yes.
What do they recommend for that?
Gently hitting the sacrum with your fists
Hitting it.
to stimulate spinal fluid flow and alleviate sciatic pain.
Doesn't that sound a little rough?
It's supposed to be done with a very light touch, almost like a gentle vibration.
Okay.
The idea is to stimulate the area and encourage energy flow.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. Stimulate, stimulate, stimulate.
It's all about getting that energy moving. And speaking of movement, they also emphasize the importance of taking care of our knees and feet, which they call the foundations of vitality.
That makes sense. We rely on our knees and feet for so much.
Absolutely, and yet they often get neglected. The book suggests that toxins tend to accumulate in the knees,
Right.
particularly behind them, and recommends slapping this area to help release those toxins.
More slapping. I'm starting to get used to this idea.
And they also recommend techniques for massaging the kneecaps to increase flexibility and stability. And then there's the feet. They describe them as reflexes of the whole body,
Oh.
containing energy points connected to various organs and glands.
Oh, like reflexology.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They believe that massaging the feet can stimulate those organs, improve circulation, and even enhance our connection to the Earth's energy.
I love how they tie in those bigger concepts of energy and connection.
It's all part of that holistic view.
Well,
They recommend a variety of techniques, including massaging the feet, spreading the toes, rubbing the big toe and second toe together, and even rubbing your feet together for warmth and stimulation.
I'm definitely going to try that tonight. My feet could use some TLC, so we've covered a lot of ground here from head to toe. It's amazing how much detail they go into.
It really is comprehensive, but remember, it's not about trying to master every single technique.
Right. It's about finding what works for you and incorporating it into your life in a way that feels good.
Exactly. The book encourages us to be flexible and adaptable, to listen to our bodies, and to make these practices our own. It's not about perfection. It's about progress.
I love that. So what's next on our journey through this book? What other insights can we glean from this ancient wisdom? Welcome back.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think we're wrapping up our deep dive into Chickle self-massage already.
I know, it's flown by.
We've explored so much. From
Yeah.
slapping our organs to massaging our eyeballs,
It's been quite a journey.
it has been a wild ride. And you know what strikes me is how accessible this practice is.
You really don't need any fancy equipment or special training, just your own two hands.
Yeah, and a willingness to explore. I think that's what I find so empowering about it. We have this incredible ability to heal and balance ourselves.
Right at our fingertips.
Exactly. And the book emphasizes that, it's not about being perfect.
Or doing everything right.
It's about finding what works for you.
Listening to your body.
Making these practices your own. One thing that keeps coming back to me is this idea of energy flow and how important it is to keep that energy moving throughout our bodies. But how can you tell if your energy is actually blocked? Are there any signs to look out for?
That's a great question. Think of it this way. When water flows freely, everything is vibrant and alive. But when there's a blockage, things can stagnate and start to feel off.
Oh, I see.
It's the same with our bodies.
So if I'm feeling sluggish or I have digestive issues or I'm constantly getting headaches, those could all be signs of blocked energy.
They certainly could be, and that's where Chai self-massage comes in.
It's like giving your body a tune-up.
Clearing out those blockages and allowing the energy to flow freely again.
And the book provides all these different techniques for targeting specific areas, like the anus contractions we talked about earlier.
Right. Those are specifically for directing energy to certain organs.
Exactly. And while those might seem a little unusual at first, remember, we already use muscle contractions in other forms of exercise, like Kegels. This is just another way to apply that principle.
It is.
It's like we have this whole internal energy system that we can learn to work with and influence.
And the more you practice, the more sensitive you become to these subtle energies in your body. You start to notice the areas where you hold tension, and you can use these techniques to release that tension and promote healing.
So it's not just about, following the instructions in the book. It's about developing a deeper awareness of your own body.
It's a journey of self-discovery.
And it's not always easy. There
Yeah.
might be times when you feel resistance or you question whether it's really working.
Oh, sure.
But the key is to be patient with yourself.
And to trust the process.
The book also talks a lot about using self-massage to manage emotions.
It's one of the most powerful aspects of this practice.
Yeah, I found that really intriguing.
It's recognizing that our emotions are not just in our heads, they're held in our bodies as well.
So if I'm feeling stressed or anxious, I can actually use self-massage to help calm my nervous system.
Exactly. It's like having a toolkit for emotional regulation.
At your fingertips.
And the book provides specific techniques for different emotions. For example, massaging your pinky finger is said to help with fear, while massaging your ring finger can help with anger.
It's amazing how they've mapped out these connections between our physical bodies and our emotional states.
It really speaks to the wisdom of this ancient practice. And remember, it's not just about addressing the emotions themselves, but also the underlying energy patterns that contribute to those emotions.
So it's a holistic approach that addresses both the physical and the emotional aspects of well-being. What I also appreciate is the book's emphasis on making these practices a part of our daily lives.
It's not about setting aside hours for a special massage session.
No, it's about finding little moments throughout the day.
To connect with our bodies.
Even just a few minutes of hand massage while you're waiting in line, or a quick foot rub before bed.
Exactly. The key is to be consistent and to integrate these practices into your routine in a way that feels natural and sustainable.
And the book offers so many different suggestions for how to do that, from specific techniques for different situations to ideas for creating your own morning and evening rituals.
They're giving you the tools and then encouraging you to get creative.
I love how the book also explores the connection between constipation and emotional blockages. It's not something you typically hear about in conventional medicine.
It's another example of how Chi self-massage takes a holistic view of health, recognizing the interconnectedness of our physical, emotional, and energetic bodies.
They recommend abdominal massage to help relieve constipation, but they also emphasize the importance of letting go.
Of things that are no longer serving us.
Both physically and emotionally. It's about creating space for new energy and experiences to flow into our lives.
Such a powerful concept, isn't it?
It is, and it ties in beautifully with everything else we've discussed about Chi self-massage. Releasing blockages, promoting flow, and cultivating a deeper connection with ourselves.
Well, I think that's a beautiful note to end on.
It is. It's been an incredible journey exploring the world of Chi self-massage. I feel like I've learned so much.
Me too.
And I'm excited to continue experimenting with these techniques.
This is just the beginning. There's so much more to discover about this ancient practice.
And the power it holds for healing and transformation. So until next time, keep diving deep and exploring this fascinating world of knowledge. And remember, the power to heal and transform lies within you.